It was a day like no other, when a person was scuba diving in the ocean in South Africa. Ayn Haggerty, a Muslim and an expert scuba diver. He could reach meters down the bottom of oceans, which is not possible for many scuba divers in the world. As he looked at the floor of the ocean, he noticed something odd. This seemed like an open book. When the scuba diver went close, to his surprise, it was not some book, it was the Holy Quran. Do you know which ayat exactly was on the open page? They were the following ayat from Surah Nuh. Do you find it astonishing that a reminder should come to you from your Lord through one of your own, warning you so you may beware and perhaps be shown mercy? But they rejected him, so we saved him and those with him in the ark, and drowned those who rejected our signs. They were certainly blind people. This verse describes the situation when Prophet Nuh alayhi salam was sent by Allah to remind a nation of their duties and warn them of the consequences of disobedience. These people were completely distracted from the correct path, and Allah gave them a chance to improve. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam made all his attempts to bring the nation on the path of Allah, guide of guidance but nothing of any use. This ayat comes as a reminder to them from their Lord through one of their own, meaning that the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam was from among them and spoke their language and understood their culture. In our case, the reminder came from one of us too. The purpose of the reminder was to awaken them from their heedlessness and give them the last warning before the final punishment comes. This is nothing but mercy from Allah, as it gives people a chance to reform themselves and avoid the punishment that comes with disobedience. In our case too, this ayat is nothing but the mercy of Allah, probably the last warning, to put all our disobedience on the side, mend our ways and go back to Allah before it is too late. However, despite the warning and the mercy shown to the people of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, the people rejected the message of the Prophet and continued to be disobedient. As a result, they were drowned in a great flood, a flood that vanished the name of the disbelieving mankind from the face of the earth. While Prophet Nuh alayhi salam and those who believed in him were saved in the ark. The verse ends by stating that the people who rejected the message of the Prophet were blind, meaning that they were spiritually blind and unable to see the truth despite the clear signs and warnings that were given to them. Why this ayat? Why was the Quran wide open waiting for that scuba diver with this verse only? This clearly sounds like a reminder, a warning to all of us. This verse does not only remind us of the importance of heeding the messages of the prophets and messengers sent by Allah and turning back to Him. It also tells us what will be the consequences of disobedience and what will happen if we do not ask for forgiveness and mercy from Allah. Another miracle that we need to notice here is that in the middle of the ocean, how is a book lying so safely? The Quran was lying safely in the center of some coral plants, as if the plants had been protecting the holy message. If this is not a miracle, what else is? Allah has said in the Quran, "Indeed, it is we who have sent down the Quran, and indeed we will be its guardian." Allah has practically proved this several times in history, and this video is a living example of this. When Turkey was hit by a devastating earthquake, all the houses, mosques and other buildings ceased to stand. In the rubble and dirt of the fallen buildings and houses, holy Qur'ans were found. Every Turkish person stands as a witness that no Quran was found in a bad state. This further proves what Allah said in Surah Al-Hijr. This event is nothing but a miracle of Allah, a proof that the Quran is not an ordinary book. It is a message from the heavens, protected by the Creator, the Almighty Himself. At the same time, it gives us our final warning to put away our wrong actions before this mankind gets wiped away and made a mark of ibrat for the coming generation.